Bonjour YouTube, welcome back with another video. In today's video, we're going to talk about the banners that are coming soon on the second phase of 5.6 patch. So we got Raiden, we got Kinich. Characters are okay. Kinich is okay, pretty good in the current abyss because of the buff, but he's not like crazy in general, I would say. But if you like him, he's good. A little bit clunky to play in general, in my opinion, after testing a lot of Kinich in like so many different accounts. Sometimes his skill misses, sometimes you get interrupted. Like it can be a bit frustrating, but he's still good, pretty good single target damage. Raiden, as much as I love her, nowadays she kind of fell off a little bit. Like we have so many better electro DPS between Varisa and Cloran at least that she is not as insane anymore. But if you like her, she's still a solid DPS. You can still do some teams where she works pretty well. If you get C2, if you get the right supports and stuff like that, like she's still okay. But the thing I want to talk the most about today is going to be the Chronicle banner. But first, I'm going to go over the 4 stars here. So Lynette, pretty solid 4-star overall, honestly. Really underrated. She has good, she swirls. She gives some attack buffs. Good at demo app. If you get some constellation, she's pretty nice. Not game breaking, but solid. She can be a replacement for Sucrose if you don't need the grouping, or for Kazuha if you don't have Kazuha. Sarah, if you have C6 Sarah, she's okay. She's not gonna replace a Shilonen or a Farina or something like that, unfortunately. So I would say in general, she's not really that great anymore. If you play Overload, Raiden, Chevreuse, Bennett, Shengling is basically better, or Chevreuse, Bennett, Fischl is basically better. So like, yeah, she's not crazy, but if you're like Sarah, if you're like Raiden, if you get C6 Sarah, she's still an okay character. And then Toma is Toma. He can work with Kinich fine, but yeah, I mean he's okay. He needs a lot of energy to get his burst back on cooldown. But he has decent pyro app for Kinich Bird, so it's an okay character. Overall, this banner is not insane. Like Lynette doesn't really fit with any of those two characters anyway. Tara is okay with Raiden, but never the best pick anymore, even at C6. And then Toma is okay, but it's not that crazy. For the weapon banner, really bad weapon banner. I mean, the 2 5-star weapons are okay for the character, but Engulfing, not that great for a lot of characters. Kinich Weapon, not that great for a lot of characters. Honestly, even if you have both, you can give it a try, but it's not really that insane. Catch is crazy on Raiden already. Kinich has a good F2P option. So, and then the 4 stars are basically the 4 stars that have been here since 1.0. Dragon's Bane, Favonius, Lion's Roar, Eye of Perception, Stringless. So if you're new to the game, Dragon's Bane, Stringless are cool. Favs can be okay, but it's not really a good banner even for new players. So I would say easy skip. Easy skip. And then finally, the Chronicled Wish banner. So this time it is Inazuma characters. So it doesn't show here, but there's Kazuha as well. Well, it says here, I think. We got Ito, we got Kokomi. Yeah, it doesn't show Kokomi and it doesn't show Kazuha. So we got Kokomi and Kazuha as well on this one. And then the weapon, the signature weapon for everyone. So our Inazuma characters kind of cooked nowadays. I'd say Yoimiya Yato, not really good these days. Like, I mean, it's not that they're bad. You can clear the Abyss with them, of course. You can clear endgame content with them, depending the rotations and the buffs, of course, and the enemies. But when they work, they can work fine. Ito as C0, he's not really that great anymore either. If you don't have the full team and the best team for him, he's not that crazy. Ayaka is still pretty good, honestly, like especially in the current Abyss, but even in general, especially with Escoffier release. If you got Escoffier, Ayaka is still very solid. Chiori is still nice if you played Mono Geo or with Navia or stuff like that. Like she's still solid. She has solid damage, quick rotation, so not too bad. Yae is still alright as well, but nothing crazy. Honestly, like the Inazuma characters are still decent, but not game breaking. Kokomi is still good for free Steam, but if you have Farina and another healer, like she's not really a very good pool anymore. And then Kazuha is still very good. Honestly, like Kazuha is basically the one character I would say that is still like really, really good. Even though we got a lot of supports nowadays, like Shironen, we got Escoffier for free steams and stuff like that. Like you can replace Kazuha easily nowadays. But in terms of grouping and still with the Viridescent set, nothing can match Kazuha. He's still a really, really good pool. So if you don't have Kazuha, honestly, still to this day, I would recommend pulling for Kazuha. In terms of 5-star weapons are on this banner, Mistsplitter and Haran are super good. Especially Mistsplitter is a bit more flexible for most characters, but Haran's still pretty good. Gives some damage bonus and good crit rate. Uraku Mitsugiri, Chiori's weapon, a ton of crit damage as well. Pretty solid. Can be used on most sword users. Honestly, the passive is not the best for a lot of characters, but it's still not too bad. Okay, Uraku Mitsugiri gives you some normal attack damage bonus and some elemental skill damage bonus, so it can be useful on some characters. A ton of crit damage, 88 crit damage, pretty huge. After that, if you can't deal geo damage, you can't maximize the buff, but the second part of the buff is kind of useless, so it is pretty good on a lot of characters, honestly. It can be good on a Yato, can be good on a lot of sword DPS. I mean, I don't have everyone in mind right now, but yeah, it is a decent sword. So it can be good on Haitham, can be good on Chlorand. It is a pretty good sword overall. So definitely a decent pull if you really want it and if you don't have any 5-star swords. Mistsplitter, 44 crit damage, high base attack, very high base attack, and then gives you elemental damage bonus and extra elemental damage bonus. It's really the best sword, I would say, better than Uraku overall. You can get a lot of damage bonus, honestly. So yeah, it is pretty good. I really like this sword. If you don't have at least one Mistsplitter, honestly, it is a pretty good pool overall. Haran Gippaku Futsu, 33 crit rate, pretty high crit value. Base attack is decent, gives you some elemental damage bonus as well. And you can get some normal attack damage bonus later on. So if you're using it on normal attack damage character, can be good. But overall, it's less flexible than Mistsplitter or Uraku. So if you really have to choose one, I would go Mistsplitter and then Uraku. And then after that, what else do we have on this banner? We have Ito's weapon. Overall, Ito's weapon is still fine because 88 crit damage is massive, so it can be good on Navia, can be good on Mawika and stuff like that. It's still a good weapon. Yai's weapon, not that great. Kokomi's weapon, not that great. Yoimiya's weapon, not that great either, honestly, nowadays. Like, I would probably say for a future 5-star bow for like another one that we got more recently for Fontaine or for probably in the future as well, we might get better ones. And then finally, the last one is going to be the Kazuha sword. Kazuha sword is nice. It is nice. If you play Kazuha with Novi or stuff like that, like it gives you some charge attack damage increase. It is fine. It is nice, but it's not really that game breaking because honestly, for Kazuha in general, I would recommend getting a decent amount of energy. And for example, here I have 177, which is pretty good. Actually, I didn't know I had that much, but which is pretty good with freedom. But for a lot of people, it's gonna be hard to get like 10% energy or 20% energy on every pieces. So in general, I recommend going Favonius, or if you have Zyphos, that gives a bit more energy. Going energy recharge on the weapon for Kazuha is usually better, but you can also get freedom and go energy recharge sands, and it's gonna be pretty solid. So overall, it's a good sword. I don't recommend pulling for it necessarily. Like weapons, I rarely recommend pulling on weapons unless the weapon banner is really good. But on this Chronicle banner, honestly, Mistsplitter is decent. Ito's weapon is pretty decent. Aran Uraku are pretty okay. Freedom is alright, and then the rest is kind of bad. And the good thing is that you can lose to other weapons. So you can potentially still get a good weapon even if you lose for the ones you want. And same for the 5-star characters. Like if you're pulling for a Yaka, if you're pulling for Kazuha, but you get Chiori or Yae, it's still decent, honestly. They're still good characters to this day. So you can definitely try to snipe some of these. And they're still pretty good character. But if you want to keep up with the scaling of the game, of course, the newer characters are going to be stronger. So maybe you want to wait for Skirk. Maybe you want to wait for 6.0. I'd say, like, unless you really like a character in this Chronicles banner, not really insane pools. And yeah, honestly, that's basically it for me about this. I'll give you my 2 cents about the banners. Let me know what you think. If you're going to pull for anyone in the comments, feel free to join the Discord if you need help with Genshin, with Abyss, if you need if you have any questions, if you need help with co-op or stuff like that. And yeah, I'll see you on the next video as well. Bye bye.